Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. I am feeling very privileged and honored when Zia told me that Phuppa means his father's sister is Phuppi and I am Phuppa. Would you do some reading for me? So he then gave me some Rumi verses to read. So I said, it's a good idea if we can introduce Rumi a little bit so people should know who he was and what. So Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, as he's called, was a mystical poet. He was very fond of mysticism. He was originally born in Iran, in Nishapur, and his father was also very intellectual. And then gradually they moved to a town in Turkey called Konya. There, Rumi's mentor was a man equally spiritually elevated called Shams Tabriz. And when Rumi came to Konya with his father, he passed the remark that there goes the ocean, there goes the river being followed by the ocean, which was Rumi behind his father. So Rumi invited him once for dinner. And when he came and sat down to eat, Rumi asked him, what would you like to drink? And he said, I want some wine. Rumi didn't hesitate because Muslims normally don't drink. He didn't hesitate and he asked his servant to get a cup of wine. And that fellow came and kept the wine and he didn't touch it. He said, aren't you going to have the wine? You asked for it. He said, I was only trying to test you and test your patience as to what your reaction would be. Shams Tabriz was his mentor, and very often they would go in a room and recite verses from the Quran, and while turning around, swirling, which is called the Sema. And that is how the concept of the whirling dervishes came about in the modern Rumi tradition. And whirling dervishes are very common and they can be seen anywhere in Turkey, and sometimes they bring the troops here, in which the people are going round and round swirling with one hand pointed up and one hand pointed down, which basically gives you an idea that that's the heaven, you can reach that high, and that's the earth, you can go as low as you want. And they keep on going round and round. There are about 10 to 12 people swirling around for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and there's some background music going on at the back. That is an introduction to Rumi, and he was very well admired and very well respected for his poetry. He wrote a divan of 40,000 couplets, and people keep on reciting them because every sentence that he used to talk about, you have a much deeper meaning. Any phrase that we talk about has 2 or 3 interpretations of meanings, and that's basically what it's all about. So mysticism means going beyond what is there, alright? So, this is what Rumi said. The world is a watery shadow of ocean, love. The sea of lights cannot be contained in single human beings. So leave fragments and the mountain, and be the mountain. Love is alive, and someone carried along by it is more alive than lions roaring or men in their fierce courage. Bandits ambush others on the road. They get wealth, but they stay in one place. Lovers keep moving on. Never the same. Not for a second. What makes others grieve, they enjoy. When they look angry, don't believe their faces. It's spring lightning, a joke before the rain. They chew thorns thoughtfully along with pasture grass. Gazelle and lioness having dinner. Love is invisible except here in us. Sometimes I praise love, sometimes love praises me. Love, a little shell somewhere in the ocean floor, opens its mouth. You and I and we, those imaginary beings, enter the shell as a single sip of seawater. Rumi, that's what it's all about. Now try and figure out what he's trying to say, because there's going to be a test afterwards. Thank you very much.